Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Oh, I'm cute for y'all today. What's good? It's me, Miss Sinclair, aka the Feminine Boss. And today I want to talk about taking you into the new year. Okay, so many people are excited, they have goals, they have ambitions, which I absolutely love. But let's really talk about what's stopping you from making the next step in your life to actualize the things that you want in your life. And I want to start out by, first of all, telling you that you are a queen, you are a goddess, you are a boss, and you can truly, truly have whatever it is that you desire in your life. But you have to determine what that is. You have to decide what that is. What does that look like for you? And we are all in different phases of our journey, of our life journey. And it is our choosing to what we want. Okay. And so let's get started with really identifying what that looks like for you. Some things that you can start to do is question certain things in your life, analyze and kind of take a temperature check and see, where are you unhappy, where are you dissatisfied. Let's kind of start with one thing at a time. Okay, you don't need to overwhelm yourself with a bunch of goals and ambitions, even though you may have many. Let's start with one so that you can build your confidence, understand the life cycle of actually getting that goal accomplished, and then moving on to others, right? For some women, it may just be, you want to level up your mindset, right? You are tired of having a nasty and poor attitude. You're tired of, not speaking eloquently. You want to know about more things. You want to be more self-educated. You want to be wiser, right? And that is such a beautiful place to start, because that's where everything starts, in your mind. So once you kind of develop this mental shift, other things in your life will automatically start to change, right? So if you are in that space and you're like, I want to start to, level up my mindset, first of all, kudos to you, right? But now, how do you do that? How do you do that in like actionable steps? So the first thing you want to do is start reading. Become a reader. I never was a reader, y'all. Like, I would fall asleep anytime I needed to read. I was like, let me read so I can fall asleep. I'm like, let me just get a book because I can't sleep. And I knew that reading would actually help me fall asleep. And it was just because my mind was not, my mind was not used to working so hard, like, having to pay attention to words and understand the stories and visualize. And it's only been the past maybe 3 years where I've really started to get into reading. And as you can see, my nightstand, I keep books next to my bed because I just love not only escaping, right, and getting into different information, but it helps me evolve as a person. Reading helps me, become more of a broad spectrum. I can enter any conversation and add value. People are intrigued when a beautiful woman can come and actually add substance to a conversation. And so reading is fundamental. I absolutely love reading. These days, I'm really reading like mind and growth. I'm gonna share with y'all what I'm reading right now. Let's see. All right. Okay. I'm coming. All right. Okay. That last book I'm gonna keep over there because I didn't really start yet, but I want to. It's about taxes and money. Okay. So first of all, let me start with what I'm almost finished with first. So Conversations with God, right? I have been reading this book. I probably had it for about 2 weeks now. I brought it before I took ayahuasca because I really wanted it to prep my mind for the ceremony. I am just about done this book. I should be done the end of this week, no longer than next week. Okay, this book is amazing. Um, the second book that I'm almost done, I think I'm like almost halfway through this book. This is Steve Jobs by Walter Isaacson. Let me tell y'all think y'all know Steve? Y'all do not know Steve. Okay, he is something else. Every time I look at this book, I just smile because he's a mess, y'all. He is a mess, but he is a genius. He is brilliant. He's one of those people who really make his visions come to life unapologetically. He say what's on his mind, and he's just great, and he's so well rounded. I mean, from the spiritual aspect, this man was damn near a monk at one time in his life. And I absolutely love that about him. A lot of people don't know his personal story. He was actually Steve Jobs was actually adopted, and he dealt with a lot of mental anguish around being adopted. But I'm not going to go too far off topic, but this is one of the books that I'm reading. um we're just talking about leveling up yourself for 2025 and what that looks like for you. Who do you want to become, and the habits that you can start to incorporate to get there. All right, real quick. Conversations with God. I absolutely this book really took me on another level because it's an international bestseller by Neale Donald Walsch. And I absolutely love this book because it has really expanded my mind, even though I have already been learning about who we are as spirits, as souls, as, as source wants us to be. It really provides you guidance and reminds you that you have the power to create anything that you want. Anything that you say is true. And so you have to start to speak over your life. You have to start to create your life the way that you want it, because you are in control. You don't have obligations to anyone but yourself. So start trusting the thoughts you have in your mind. Start trusting yourself. Start trusting your intuition. Start taking action on the things you want to take action on, so you can hurry up and experience it, and you can hurry up and become the next version of yourself you need to become to get closer to who you want to be. Okay, so Conversations with God is amazing. I absolutely love this. Okay, if you're into like mental science and all of that, you can check that out. Okay, so another book, I had just bought this. I don't know which one. I think I've read more of this one. This is Blue Ocean Strategy. Leveling up my mind for 2025 around business. Blue Ocean Strategy helps you really reposition your business um, to not be a normal business, right? To stand out from the crowd, to do things that are, that changes the way, that causes new innovation and spark within the industry that you're in. And so I really, really love this book. I read a little bit. Okay. I'm just on chapter 2 of this book. So that is there. And I kind of got away from it because I started preparing for ayahuasca. So, okay. So this book, if you guys know Shanika Adams, she was reading this book, and I was like, "Ooh, I want that." It's called The Sacred Prostitute. Ooh. So yes. So this book is very interesting so far. I'm on page 37. So far, this book is just really about being a woman, okay? Being a woman and using our femininity in this world to bring light into this world, to bring guidance and nurture and care and good loving to this world, okay? Not being ashamed of who we are as women, and being okay with expressing ourselves sexually, okay? And impacting the world in a positive way. This is what I got from this book so far. So that's The Sacred Prostitute. And lastly, I just got this in the mail. I don't know if I really want to read this next yet, but it's called Good Boundaries and Goodbyes. And it was recommended to me by a new girlfriend of mine. And, I think that I really want to work on my boundaries. And so I bought this book. I haven't even opened it yet. So this is what I'm saying, right? And this is why I'm a lifestyle transformational coach, because making change in your life is not just about doing one thing. It is about becoming. I was never a reader, right? But I became the type of woman that have the time to read, have the space to read, have the desire to read. And so what does that look like for you as you embark on new habits where you want to change things about yourself? You have to create an environment that is going to be conducive to that type of behavior and lifestyle, right? If you want to change something about your body, right? If you want to change your health, if you want to lose weight, you want to gain weight, maybe you just want to be a little more toned, maybe you just want to be a little more muscular. You have to create a lifestyle around that will allow you to every day, every day is just a part of your routine, right? And so you have to create that type of lifestyle, and that is a process. So we're going to get started right now. It's November 29th. We're going to get started now with figuring out what our day-to-day looks like so we can build these habits to improve and level up our life in 2025. Okay, if you are trying to increase your finances, or you're trying to increase your wealth, I know all about that. I filed a Chapter 7 bankruptcy in 2018, and I've had to rebuild my life. Now I have real estate, now I have assets, now I have investments, now I have credit cards with limits so high. It's because I did the work in order to understand finances. I fixed my finances, and now I'm in a better financial position. Learning about how to make additional streams of income. What does that look like for you? Do you want to make earned income or passive income? Is it something that you want to do to level up your position at work, or are you looking to just expand your business, or grow or start a new business? And if those are the things, what does that look like in your new lifestyle? How do you incorporate that in your every single day? Just like you wake up, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, you do whatever, but you really have to create an environment and a structure around the goals that you have. So that's the main way that you are going to achieve everything you want in 2025. And I want you to be patient with yourself. I want you to be kind to yourself. I want you to have grace over yourself, just like you do with everyone else. Just like you give everybody else a pass, and you feel like everybody else deserves a second chance, so do you. Don't be too hard on yourself when it comes to your goals. Be a little bit flexible, because at the end of the day, we are not in control, right? We are in control, but there are some things that happens in our environment that may distract us for a moment, right? And even though we have these goals and we know exactly what we want, there may be lessons we have to learn before we even get to reaching that goal successfully. So be patient with yourself, but never keep your eyes off the prize. Okay, if you have an idea of exactly what you want, keep that front and center, right? This is why health is so important, because if you are not healthy and clear minded, then when you're distracted, you won't come back, right? This is why you really have to change the entire way that you live to reach new heights in life, right? Whatever it is, you have to really work on becoming that every single day. It's going to be uncomfortable, because of course we already know people are going to notice that something is different about you. But in those moments, I challenge you to either move forth and confident with the new version of you, or retract and just kind of go back into who you were, because that's what everybody knew you as. I think that that's going to be like the biggest hindrance that a lot of us have going into 2025, wanting to step out of the shadows, wanting to step out of our shells, but not really being able to, because as soon as we do something different and someone notices, we get shy about it. We turn away from it. And that is unfair to you. How dare you give up on yourself like that for somebody else? They wasn't with you shooting in the gym. They don't know what you had to go through to become confident enough to get this to this level. And what do they know? You are in this world living and navigating this life to create the best life for yourself. And sometimes you're going to have to start making hard boundaries to people that you love, and people who are closest to you. You're going to have to start making boundaries to your spouse, your kids, your family, your friends, your job. Everybody get it, because you are the most important person in your world. And so you have to really start to put yourself on a pedestal in order to do that. Okay, you really have to start cutting out these distractions that no longer serve you, if you want to get there. Because at the end of the day, they're wasting time. And I know, because I wasted a lot of time on my goals. After I filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy, I had 2 years. I wanted to get a house because I was divorced, I was heartbroken. You know what, y'all? Okay, I'm supposed to be going to shoot some content. So so yeah, so it took me a little time because I got a little distracted, and that's okay, because like I told you, things are happening. We're only human, right? We're trying to be Christ-like, right? But it takes time to get there. So I got a little distracted. It took me 2 years to get a house after bankruptcy. That's when they said you would be able to qualify again for a property. And after 2 years of, because actually after I filed bankruptcy, I moved to Africa. So That was time cut out, right? Because I wasn't really here working on my goals. I was traveling. I was doing some international consulting in the hospitality industry. I was having a good time. I was living my life, and I was really getting away from the trauma that I had just experienced. And that's okay. That's what I mean about giving yourself grace and time. It's okay, right? Yeah, yeah, I wanted it, but I wanted me more, right? I wanted to get in touch with me more. I wanted to travel more, right? And so I decided to leave for 6 months. I went to Africa, and when I came back, I didn't really have nothing. I had gave up my career. I was working in corporate as a sales executive for a transportation company. I had gave up my car. I didn't have a place to stay because I had gave up my apartment. Right? And so I went back home. I went back to my mom's house, and for maybe 3 or 4 months, I was in between my mom and my friends sleeping on couches because I wasn't living with my mom. I hadn't lived with my mom for years. I was married, and then after got married, after I left my marriage, I went to Atlanta, and so after Atlanta, I went to Africa, and so there was no space for me, and so I was sleeping on couches, and so in between that time, that was more not taking me away from my goals, but putting me through life lessons, putting me through testimony, so that today I can tell you that you can change your life if you have a vision and you have a determination to do so. So again, there are things that happens in our life, even though we have a clear vision, but we have to learn it. We have to learn the lessons. We have to like get some skin in the game before, we get to what we want. And so things are going to happen, but you have to this is why it is all about the becoming and not really the attainment of things like material things, right? This is why I tell you ladies to change your lifestyle. Like, don't try to say, oh, I'm going to lose 10 pounds and I got it, right? No, change your lifestyle so you never have to keep saying I'm going to lose another 10 pounds, right? Become who you need to become to achieve the things that you want to achieve. Okay? Ooh, excuse me. Okay, I gotta go, but thank you. This has been so fun. And I think that I'm gonna get cute more often because I think I have more energy when I do. Because let me tell y'all, when I'm not cute, I be laying in my bed or I'm at the gym. I just got on some gym clothes. I don't be trying to do too much. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next one.